Please give it up for Elizabeth, ladies and gentlemen.
So I'm Elizabeth, and by day I work in an office, which means, which is why I'm here, because I am depressed. Give us a cheer if you work in an office as well. That is the saddest cheer I think I've ever heard in my life, as expected. And let's be honest, they don't really pay us enough these days. Salaries are a bit shit, but also I don't think there is an amount that would help me enjoy my colleagues for more than 8 hours a day. Most of my time, to be honest, is just coming up with creative ways to say fuck off. We've all done it. As per my last email, which means if you had fucking read what I had said in the first place, this conversation could have ended like 50 replies ago. Another one of my favourite ones is, especially since COVID, the connection wasn't good there, like can you just repeat that please? Which basically means I have not listened to a goddamn fucking word that you said, because you say a lot and you don't actually say anything at the same time. So I fucked off, started daydreaming about lunch, and I just had lunch, if I'm going to be honest, but fuck it. I will have a second one now because that is how dull you are. And another personal favourite is one I forget. Thank you for that feedback. Thank you for your thoughts on that one. It's so appreciated. But there is a reason why I do the task and not you, because you're shit at this and it's my job. So thank you, goodbye. And I'm suddenly forgetting fucking everything. Jesus Christ. Because I'm a software designer by day, and one of the biggest problems that we have to deal with is people's guts. Like, they just have a gut feeling about everything. And I design technology. No one really gives a shit about the code. You know, if you're a product owner, if you're a tester or whatever, you can't touch the code unless you've got those expertise. But everyone touches a design, whether it's good, bad, or whatever. So people just look at designers and go, hey, I've got this gut feeling. Like, fuck my expertise, fuck my relevant degrees, fuck my experience. This developer who is on probation, has been here for a week, has a gut feeling about what it should be, so we have to do it this way. I'm just going to move on this. They just want to make their mark on the fucking thing. Like, you don't need a designer for that. What you need is a doctor, okay, for your gut. Like, please, just leave me alone. And what I'm really hoping for in future generations is just making honesty in the workplace just normal and celebrated. Because how many times, how freeing would it be to just be like, for fuck's sake, John, you are on mute. Again, it's 2023, it's been 3 years of working from home and you still don't know how the mute button works. Dear Lord. Do you know what I mean? And it should start in the interviews, to be honest, because that question, that famous question of why do you want to work for us? That question just, it really winds me up, because I don't want to work for you. I do not dream of labour. And I tried to pay my landlord with a pizza party like my current employer, and you know what? It didn't go that well. So that's why I'm here. And when I was in university studying computer science, I interviewed for a Christmas temp job in a retail shop. And they still asked that question with still the expectations of us being like, this is my dream job. I've always wanted to work here since I was like 5 years old. It's my dream. Please employ me. No. Earlier dreams of working with the general public. Fucking no one. They are feral beings, to be honest. Now, I work in an office which you expect to have people who are educated, but they still feel like the general public. Let's be honest, we've all looked at colleagues and just asked ourselves, because you can't ask them, can you? Not yet. How are you alive? Like, not only how are you in this position, position of power within a business, making millions and billions every year, but how have you survived up until this point without hurting yourself or others? Now I've got some examples of some of the absolute weirdos that I have had to endure. We had a software tester who came in one day and their mouse was upside down. They spent half a fucking day restarting their machine to try and fix the problem. If they had looked down, there was a logo telling them it was upside down. Half a day. It just wasn't funny anymore. Someone actually had to go over and turn their mouse around so that they could continue their day. Another weirdo that we had in the office, they were just eating constantly. If they were not at their desk eating, they were somehow eating on the way to the kitchen, eating in the kitchen, and eating on the way back from the kitchen. Just the entire office was just a fucking walking buffet to them. And I don't understand how we didn't have a mice problem, because we just had crumbs everywhere. But my favourite, and I'll use that term loosely, person that I have worked with was a manager and a micromanager at that. And they were just so dull. We were in an open office, and every so often when it was actually quiet, you would get this moment of, oh, that's really good, that is. Oh, that's a good cup of tea. Oh, you know when it just hits the spot. They were so dull. They only had two topics of conversation. The fact that their boyfriend was a vegetarian and that they had been to New Zealand once, ages ago. Did I tell you, Dave doesn't eat meat? No, which means I don't really eat meat, but I do like meat. I'm like, did I tell you, Dave's a vegetarian. Did I tell you I don't give a shit? To be quite honest. And I say that because it was a manager who told me and another designer to get out of the kitchen so that we could stop being sexually harassed. Like that level bad. And my last example of how bad they actually were is we did have a mouse in that office, and all of a sudden all I heard was, is that mouse shit on my desk? When the office mouse only chooses your desk to shit on, you really need to have some self-reflection when the office mouse knows that you're a cunt.